Hello there.
Happening, guys, and we've got a little treat for you today with
Can't see shit.
pretty unique build showcase. This is something that I've seen other people do, but I came up with it myself, and I was actually really annoyed that other people had done it. But I've seen like literally 2 people or something do something quite like this. But this build is basically a rock dragon build using the Havel shield. Now, a disclaimer.
And smashing people in the face with fireballs.
Yeah, although I changed the pyromancies a little bit later on. It was actually Gary that was using the fireballs and just not using them well. Anyway, just a disclaimer, this build is not good.
Nah, it's really more of a fuck about.
Yeah, it can be good, like
Some of the combos.
Like using the roar and the unarmed attack in conjunction with the
Poise from Havel's shield.
Yeah, can be really effective at times. It can especially it can definitely catch newer players out because they don't know what Havel's shield does. Now this is a great video to demonstrate that. So basically, aside from Havel's shield being like technically the best shield in the game,
in terms of defense, not in terms of requirements or weight.
And stability.
Well, in terms of weight and requirements, it's the worst shield in the game.
Yeah, in terms of that.
But in terms of stability and defenses, it's the best shield in the game.
Basically, if you've got Havel shield on your left hand, you can use its
instead of a parry motion or a
bash,
the standard great shield bash, you get this motion here, which covers your body in rocks essentially, and you have essentially infinite poise as well.
Yeah, your poise can't be broken, and that is.
You also have
fantastic.
great shield deflection as well, so if anyone one hand attacks you with any small arms or anything like that, they'll just immediately bounce off you.
Yeah, which is probably the best thing about it.
Yeah, the only issue is that of course when you're using the dragon you have no armor, so just make sure you're not going to get one hit killed essentially, like with a life hunt scythe or something.
It doesn't give you any extra defense, but it counteracts the no poise from the dragon body, so it means that you're given the shout and the attack boost whilst still maintaining extra poise, and basically the build just utilises that. As weapons, all you're using to basically keep the weight down is the pyromancy flame, so that's like how you defeat people, and using the unarmed attacks as well, which are actually surprisingly powerful and fast.
Yeah, they're powerful as well because when you use the dragon shout you get a slight attack increase for a while.
Yeah,
you get an attack increase for like between 6 and 9 seconds apparently.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's about 6, closer to 6 definitely. But that's enough to get a few hits in, regardless.
As you can see, we're just tanking Darkbead here as well because who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah, Havel's shield is good in that sense.
Unless he gets round the side of your shield like that.
But yeah, I mean, like using Black Flame and that is definitely a lot of fun, and because of all the pyromancies you've got, you can basically just mix up the pyromancies to suit your playstyle. I think now you need to remember that if an opponent two-hands a weapon, you won't get the deflection. Now, unless it's
a rapier style weapon, in which case they deflect off everything regardless.
So that's not really much of an issue.
Nope.
But it definitely requires skill, this build. Like, it's not like our other builds which are just a bit spammy, and we played a lot of games and we lost a lot of them, although a lot of them that we lost did account for like lag issues, like people just lag stabbing so much one night, and that was a bit of a bummer. But aside from that, I think
you're
we've done
incredibly
okay.
lucky there. Your health was incredibly low as well. Oh yeah, it's another thing to mention is after every single PvP fight you want to repair the shield, because Havel's shield uses 250 of its 500 durability when you use its special, and when it's broken, basically anytime someone hits it, it just essentially goes through the shield. You do get a little bit of damage reduction, but it's nowhere near as good as what the shield actually does.
Yeah.
And the shield stability breaks almost immediately as well, so you just need to be careful.
Another cool thing is when you use the roar, all the rocks fall off your body, but the poise effect is actually still there. Now, what's interesting about this is the roar is actually, I'm pretty sure it classes as a personal buff, so you can't like take a green blossom or something while you're roared, but because the poise effect is like permanent, the game just kind of doesn't know what to do and just stacks them both on top of each other, and actually it doesn't cancel it out. It's still there. But the cool thing is, because the rocks go away from your body, people tend to then not notice they're even there, so they'll hit you like right there. They'll hit you with their weapons and they'll ping off, like even if they know that.
Oh yeah, the rocks grow back, by the way.
Yeah.
At the end of the shout buff, the rocks will grow back, so it's also a good indication of when your buffs went down as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So that you see here, the rocks will grow back now.
Now, obviously, this build could probably be improved by upping dex, so you can cast your black flames and that quicker, which may be an idea if you want to go for slightly higher PvP. But then you've got
the only issue is the 50 strength requirement for Havel's shield. Plus, you want to have a good bit of vitality so that you won't get one hit killed immediately while you're trying to go in there for your great shield deflection.
Definitely. Now, with the 5 attunement slots, a strategy that I just used there, you seen, was using poison mist to just put in a nice invisible blanket of mist around you, and then just using a fire tempest through it, and then people don't know what you're doing, because poison mist also makes a noise and covers up the noise of the casting of fire tempest. So some people know what you're doing and it might catch on, but you've got a much higher chance of getting someone from using that technique than you are with anything else.
If you're using sorcery, then by all means you can use dark fog instead and just free aim at the ground, and it will cast a fog on you, and because it's black fog it hides everything. Like you can sort of see the pyromancy through.
It doesn't last as long though.
It lasts long enough to cast it though.
So
if you drop it on yourself, it lasts long enough to switch and cast.
Yeah, fair enough. So here's you can actually see how good the unarmed attack is. It actually attacks really quite fast.
Yeah, and where you're wearing the dragon armour, your unarmed attacks get a basic 400 damage plus.
Yeah.
So your just your bare fist attack, your claw in this case does 400 damage maximum before you take armour into consideration and stuff like that. You can use power within, and you can bump that up, so it's 40% of 400 is like what? 40% is 200, 40% is 10% is 40, so 4 times 4 is 60, so 160. 4 times 4 is 16, so it's 160, so 400, 160, 560 with power within.
Oh, that's alright then, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you're using red tealstone ring, then that's even better, because then you'll be hitting over 700-800.
But you don't want to be using red tealstone ring. You need to have those ring and ring of favour protection for this build.
You can go hyper mode if you're really good at timing your dragon shout. You roll in, dragon shout, and then punch them a couple of times. If they've got a poiseless build, you'll definitely win because they won't recover in time. But
yeah.
Oh, by the way as well, just thought I'd throw this in here, if you do get stun locked, we found a little trick. While you're stun locked with say the Moonlight Greatsword or the Claymore, you know, these weapons that can trap you in an infinite loop of being stunned between hits, if you switch the weapon in your right hand, if you just keep hitting right on your D-pad to switch that weapon, or whatever the key is for PC, the weapon switch breaks the stun animation, and if you time it right you can use that to roll out of the way, so you can't be stun locked essentially. Something I thought I'd throw in there, it does come in handy. I think I used it earlier on today when I was playing with the Life Hunt build, which by the way you'll see that soon as well. That's a fun build.
Yeah, if you can actually get fucking good with it. Yeah,
if I get used to the scythe moveset then, because you got far more experience with the scythe than me.
So I mean, that's pretty much everything about the build explained. Going on with tactics, really
just shout and flame, shout and flame, shout and flame.
Well, there's a few different things you can do. As long as you've got the body on, if a guy isn't using a poise heavy build, you really want to be running up and unarmed attacking him.
Yeah.
Unless he pulls out like a catalyst, then you're pretty much free to go, because if you're using a one-handed weapon, if they attack you, they're going to deflect off you. Then you've also got using the shout, so you can use the shout against speedier people, like people that are just jumping about and try to roll it out. You just shout at them, and then you can try and get a black flame in. The window for that is quite small. That is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, it's much quicker to go with a punch. Or, by the way, if you want to pull a little trick out your sleeve, you can wear full armour, because when you activate the Dragonstone, your armour drops off. So you can wear full armour and basically go about your fight as you normally would with like a weapon, and then what you do is you switch your right hand weapon out, so you get your bare fist, hit your hotkey item button, switch to the dragon, roar, poise, and start beating them up like that. So you kind of get a multi two different builds in the one because you have your standard build, which you'll be probably a strength build because you'll be 50 strength because it makes the most sense, and then you of course switch that out into your dragon build where you get your pyromancies and such. So there you go, you can get a build inside a build using this. Another
option pretty much using this technique is you can pretty much use whatever build you want, like weapon wise and shield wise.
Be careful by the way, because the life hunt scythe will bleed you out in 2 hits.
Yeah.
And the life hunt scythe is 50% bleed because you've got no armour. You
so
will definitely die in 2 hits.
The gold tracer will bleed you out faster than that.
Yeah, the gold tracer will bleed you out almost instantly.
So using fire surge is another interesting one, because if you have a lot of poise, then they attack you
and they deflect.
But the issue with that is you still take a lot of damage. So
but if they deflect though, it means they're staggered, which means you get free damage into them.
Yeah, so if it deflects, it's good. Fire surge is also great for, you've got that guy down to like the last like 100 health or something, and you just keep trying to hit him, you can't, and then if he's like zooming about you, you just go fire surge him and just kill him. So then, lastly, another technique to use is, you can use whatever build you want. You've got your sword, you've got your shield, whatever, but you use the Havels and you use the poise thing, and then you just instantly go into the menu.
Poison here. Oh yeah, be careful because you can get poison and toxic with one dung pie and one poison dot. You'll immediately get toxic or poison just because you have no resistance with no armour. And the same goes for them using like poison arrows and shit like that when you're using a bow. So be careful.
So yeah, just unequip Havel shield, and that way you'll still have like your light roll or whatever it is that you're using to begin with.
Provided you can get there quick enough, then you can definitely do that, and you can just go bare knuckles with the dragon, just roll at them, shout, and then beat them up. But this video is more or less coming to a close within the next like 30 seconds. So we've got, after this fight, we've got one more fight for you.
No. This is just a screen showing off the...
Right, the build. So yeah, that's the build there.
It's literally this simple. I was using the grass crest shield, but you've never seen it in any of the fights and that. But that was just in case I felt like I might want to parry the guy or need more stamina recovery. So having the grass crest shield on your Havel shield is a good thing that you can switch out to.
Yep.
But the build is really as simple as that. And you can see the stats there at the side. So yeah, so that's that video, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's something different, something pretty new. Takes a bit of skill, but it's a lot of fun regardless.
And hopefully I can bring the life hunt build to you soon, because I've been having a lot of fun with it regardless of how crap I am with the scythe anyway.
Yeah, this guy's bad with the scythe.
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm incredibly bad with the scythe. I don't like it. It's the best weapon, but I don't like it.
We'll see you in the next video. In case you're wondering, with updates, plenty more Dark Souls videos to come soon, and
yep, we're making a start on the Covenant guide soon.
Yep, so we'll see you in the next video, guys.
Peace
Bye.
Up.